I think we're live. Alrighty. So I'm trying to get everything ready before I go into this. Apparently, just I was not prepared. I just was kind of prepared. So now I'm prepared. All right, everyone. This is a boss battle stream. Bradshaw is solo carrying everything, and yeah, it's super fucking straightforward. It's gonna be the easiest thing in the world. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna look for level 23 carries and just go, 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 go. The fact that people aren't throwing up level 23s right now is bumming me out. There we go. Gotta get Discord to fucking work. Is this gonna be the time where Discord doesn't want to work on my computer? Great. Close that window then. What's going on, Simon? Discord's not wanting to work on my computer. What's going on, Kosh? Dude, Discord's working on my phone, but on my computer, it just constantly fucks up. I don't know what it is. At this point, I'm kind of tired of fucking caring about it. Jeffrey's agitation level is pretty high the fuck up there today. So I'm just kind of hoping that, I don't blow my fucking top all over the place. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Swipe. 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 Shit. Okay. We're good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Woo! That was close. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm trying very hard to avoid blacks. If I can't do a black matchup, it all goes bye bye. What's up, Cools? Or what's up, Chris? Sorry. Ah, come on. Why are we running 15s right now? Why is there bonuses being ran? Why is it not all 23s right now? Why? Why is it not all 23s? This is ridiculous. There we go. Oh, my agitation is getting so high today that I'm gonna explode. But there is a thing I can do. Give me a second. Never mind, it's fucking downstairs. I'll go grab my pen later. Why is there latency? Give me that. There we go. Fuck the latency. Why is there a latency? No more. No más pequeño. Why is it taking so long? Everybody right now should be jumping into fucking lobbies. Like, this is not a difficult concept. Everybody should already be ready to go hopping into a level 23 lobby. When you hear that there is a single card that can carry and win turn 1, everyone should be on the level 23 bandwagon. Level 23, level 22, it don't fucking matter. Should be on the bandwagon. And it should be going like that. That's just how boss battles need to work. We're not in a stage right now where we're questioning on whether or not it's going to work. We're not trying to figure out if it's going to work. We know it's going to work. So people just need to get the fuck in. Like that's just how my thought process on it. Like I might be mistaken. People might be like, Jeff, no, people don't understand what's going on. No, it's pretty fucking obvious. When you hear, oh, one card can win turn one, stick with that card. Like not a hard concept, not a bad concept. Damn it! I need to stop swiping the reds. That's going to cost us right there. Now we're going to lose. No, maybe not. I still got time. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Stop panicking. Okay. There we go. Wins. All right, I got to run downstairs. 2 seconds. I returned valiantly from the darkness. Oh, yeah, 1.2 mil, or 1.2 bill. That sounds about right. By the way, Chris, if you're planning on taking him 6-star silver, I would do it this weekend, or when the talent up hits. No point in taking him in there. Fuck it. I'm going in. I'm getting carried. If I can get carried, I'm going to get fucking carried. Dak is in here. I trust Dak. Should be able to know how to run that. And if we fail, I'm going to blame him. That'll be fun. Boom. Alrighty. This is going to make the day so much easier. I don't have my kiddo today. The kiddo is with his mommy right now. So, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Get there? Oh, yeah. Dude, he's fucking incredible. He is my ace when it comes... Why is the health bar not moving? Okay, there we go. There it is. All of this damage, all at once, all for you. Suck nut. There we go. Hall of Fame Triple H with Piper plate and Triple H plate's pretty fucking disgusting too. Like it didn't do Bradshaw damage, but yeah, pretty fucking sick. That's a backup option for any team that does not have Bradshaw. Just a heads up. Backup option right there. You want this? You want this? I want Bradshaw in here. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Dak and Kep. Yep. Okay. Makes sense. Fucking hit it. You know you want to hit it. Oh. I mean, if you want to take him silver to help out the team, in my other slots is Hall of Fame HBK, Hall of Fame Triple H, Bradshaw, and then Sheamus. And Sheamus is only there as a filler. He has no real purpose in this boss battle other than to get me points and to just stay quiet. That's his purpose, and he's been doing very well at that purpose of staying quiet. You know, he doesn't ask questions like everything else, and he just kind of goes with the flow. All right, spike that ball. Spike that ball. Yeah, this is like the easiest fucking boss battle we've ever had. Like, this is no joke, the easiest fucking thing in the world. There's no stressing. I'm literally sitting here going, nah. I'm just kind of cruising. That's the whole premise of this stream right now. This stream right now is we're focusing boss battle, what to do during boss battle, especially this one if you're running a Bradshaw. But two, y'all got questions, I've got answers. Y'all want to talk about straps, medals, fucking cards? I don't give a shit. You throw out there what you want to know about, and I'll be more than happy to fucking tell you my opinion on it. Because that's essentially all YouTube content creating is. It's opinions. Is it popular opinions? Fuck no. Is it good opinions? Probably not. Yeah, it definitely looks that way. When I saw it initially, I was like, who the fuck is going to be good? Dude, when I saw it, I literally called out Bradshaw 2 seconds into seeing the boss battle. And then people were like, well, no, because there's black, you can't use black moves. You can't use black moves. You can if you're winning turn one. And me and a couple of the other leaders for Bourbon all got together for like 2 or 3 hours just talking about how the fuck we were going to make this work turn one. And that's literally what it came down to, was our discussion for hours about how to make this work. So that's a cascade and a half I did not want on my platter. I'm not seeing any matches here. Oh, fuck. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. I have a bad board. I can't. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't have any of the black moves charged, so that's a positive. Should still be able to win this relatively easily. Loot gems for the win. Bam! To the face. Loot gems for the win. It was a last second call there, Bradshaw. We almost didn't make it. Go figure. But see, that's the fine line of playing with Bradshaw right now. You play with Bradshaw, you're playing with fire. You're either one, going to win outright, no questions asked, or you're going to have a shit board, you're going to fuck up, and everything's going to go wrong. All at once. All right. Should I see if Discord's working again? No. Let's go see if there's been bitching going on. Jesus fuck. I can't do it. Can't do it. Stay away from Discord. Just rear view mirror right there. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. Don't even talk about it with your mama. You just leave it alone. Nope. I don't want there. Nope. I want all of them. Quit it. Wasting valuable time. We're 30 seconds in. We might lose now. It's very possible. It's very, very possible, but I got all my moves lined out, so. Swipe. Fucking stop. Swipe. I'm gonna beat you to death with an old pair of shoes. Shit! There's 2 of them gone. We got this. Yep, that's a victory. That is a fine fucking line to walk, though. I will tell you that much. How's the hair looking? Is it looking like shit? It's a peacock. No peacock. This has been going on for slightly over an hour, and people are still saying no black moves with Bradshaw. Fucking listen to the people that have been playing him. Yeah, no, it doesn't fucking matter, Simon. Literally, I'm at this point in life right now. I have far more experience in this game than a vast majority of the people in the fucking game, or in the chat, right? So, this game's super straightforward to me. So that means that I can figure all this shit out relatively fast. But yet, on a daily basis, I'm still told I'm wrong, even though I know for a fact I'm fucking right. Like, that's the bullshit that's going on right now. Is everyone is so one-dimensional with this game, it's redonkulous. Don't be one-dimensional. Be three-dimensional with the game. Understand that certain things may not look like they're going to work, but in all reality, it's gonna fucking work. So, like, that's where I'm having a very hard time wanting to be in that chat room right now. As stupid is as stupid does, and I can't do it. I just simply can't. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of an asshole and stuff like that, especially when I speak on things I know. But I was also raised to keep your mouth shut unless you know what you're talking about. If you know what you're talking about, fucking say something. And as of late, it has been very, very difficult to keep my mouth shut, even though I know what I'm talking about, just from the fact that stupid is just eking out. That's just all it is. See? But that's just how it goes. People have their opinions, and people's opinions matter. I guess. I don't rightfully know how else to say that. I really don't. If you're entitled to your opinion, whether it be right or wrong, you're entitled to it. That's what freedom of speech is. It allows you for that. But also understand that if you are wrong, understand that you are wrong and just accept it. That's really what it comes down to. Just fucking accept it. But you'll Simon, or Pope, you understand. You see me in chat all the time. I will be talking for a minute and then I'll immediately stop for like an hour because I'm trying so hard not to lose my shit. So, watching you, then going over to my grandma's house. Woo! Yeah, see, you're smart enough to understand to listen to the leaders, and you're smart enough to understand that people generally tend to know what they're talking about, especially when we're like, we have been at this for hours. We spent hours modifying, understanding, going. But if you're going to sit there and fucking tell me that you know more than I do about a game, beat me on the leaderboard, and then I'll fucking start listening. That's really what it comes down to. This should not be here right now. That should be a lot lower. I'm really fucking happy I brought Sean. Because we might have to go into shield break moment. It's looking like it. There we go. All right, coup de grace. End this. End this now. There we go. We ended it last minute. Or last second. I am relatively happy that every single fight I've been in has been turn 1. I have yet to go to turn 2. Oh my god. Ah. There we go. It was, but did you see my comment though? Is I was like, somebody bring in other things, and cool, or bring in shield break just in case. And Cool's like, well, we will be dead. Okay, then just bring in other things. Like, I haven't, Chris. I haven't looked at Ray. I really haven't. I just haven't. To be rightfully honest, all the Hall of Fame cards, in my opinion, are really, really good, but they either require their gear or they require super rare plates. Okay, so like Sean. Sean is 10 or Hall of Fame Sean is very, very good with a Triple H plate. He's 1,000 times better with both gears because it generates a MP for him. So you can actually switch off an MP trainer for increased yellow gem damage, or switch it off for increased finisher damage. So he needs both gears to be great. Hall of Fame Triple H requires the Piper plate and his plate to be exceptionally good in a one shot all the way across the board. Why there's 2 Bradshaws in here, I don't fucking know. And then Undertaker is really good, but he needs both gears and Titan plate to be better. So basically, as you go down the list of all the Hall of Fame cars that are really good, they all require something to be great. So at a certain point, it's kind of moot to try and go for them, because you'll know in the long run they aren't going to be nearly as good as what they should be, because you don't have everything. Unless you're a massive fucking spender. And I'm talking like you spend a few grand a month on this game to get everything and everything in its place. So then they're worthwhile. But no, I'm not planning on looking at Ray unless I get him. So since I don't have the connections with Scopely, at the moment to be able to get the free cards. I just don't see the point. Used up all my focus tokens on Raquel in that last female boss battle. Why is it your... Oh, you took him in for... Oh, that's right. Okay, so it was all going in off that one for the... Okay. Either way, I can nitpick all day, every day about the existential crisis that is this faction and the thought process behind it. But then this ultimately turns into me playing champions and just bitching the whole time. And I'm so tired of hearing bitching. Well, famous. It's just straight crash crap. Yes. Ultimately, every single month at this point in this game is a cash grab. There is ultimately maybe 1-2 events tops that you can max all of it without having to spend a fucking dime. But the real problem comes down to the fact that they are so greedy that they ultimately see all of the marks. Basically, look at it, or I'm looking at Scopelize champions the same way I look at AEW, WWE, TNA Impact, all of the promotional things. We're all marks, right? They're all giving you incentive to take your money one way or a fucking another, right? So like the premium live events, they want your money so you can go to it. They want your money for merchandise. They want this, they want that. So they push. That's the same thing with Scopely at this point. Champions is such a good or such a fun game that the only real headache to the whole thing is you have to spend every single freaking time. Like there's few and far between where we get the free cards, such as like Waller. Waller was technically a free card for damn near everybody. The reason why a lot of people didn't get Waller is because they didn't spend in the last 10 months. So it was really hard for them to get there, but they still could have gotten there if they grinded. They just didn't have the bonuses to actually get there quickly, right? So, and the same thing goes for Apollo and Rocky 76. They were free technically if you owned everything. But if you didn't own everything, then you didn't get them. There's a lot of people I know that were playing this game during that didn't get them because they didn't have, 3 or 4 of the bonus cards because they didn't spend. Basically everything in this game is paywalled in one fashion or another. And it's as upsetting as it is, it's also business, right? That's what WWE and all the other promotions, it's all just a business. They're in it to make money. And if you can make money by basically coaxing people into spending it on worthless shit, such as some of the cars that have come out recently, then go for it. I mean, make your money, boo-boo, at the cost of everybody else. But that's society in and of itself. Screw someone over to get what you want in this life. That's just kind of the philosophy of life now. All right, well, this is not good. We're backed into a little bit of a wall. We should be okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, we're fucking dead because I didn't hit this. That's my fault. Whoops. I didn't realize I didn't hit that swipe. God damn it. There we go. Dead. I didn't hit the bump. I understand it, but damn, they're fucking greedy. No, they are. See, the problem that has arisen over the last 7 years of this game is they went from having... Okay, so as far back as I can remember, up until about 2 years ago, every single event you were able to cap if you grinded. So feuding and showdown, all of those events were so easy to cap. You just had to grind, right? You had to wait for showdown. You had to wait for the reset on the coins and then just grind. And then feud, all you had to do was grind. Yeah, it was 18, 20 hours basically if your roster was shit. But any way you looked at it, you still had to grind. Up until about 2 years ago, when people really started to spend a lot more money, we were able to grind, and be content with life. But once the numbers started to skyrocket when it came to spending, they all automatically went, oh, okay. So now we've got them hooked. We've got them roped in. Let's see if we can squeeze this for as much as it's worth, because we all know it's going to die. Because it's a mobile game. All mobile games die. But what they're failing to remember is there's games like Clash of Kings, I think is what it's called, that has been out for like over a decade, and people still play that fucking game religiously. I know a few people who play it religiously. So if they would just ultimately look in on themselves and go, oh, well, maybe that's not good. Maybe if we did this X, Y, and Z, maybe we could, fix it for everybody to keep this game lasting. They're ultimately just wanting to gut it. That's their problem. They're just wanting to. We died because of me. We've died. There's no way around this. I have to kill off every single one of my Bastions. We're dead. Fuck. That's not good. This is just a shit board. We're dead. Fuck me. Yeah, we're all dead because I was shit bored. Just an absolute shitty board. No, one loss is one loss. That's what I said. It's a glass cannon. Bradshaw's a glass cannon. That's really all it comes down to. Absolute glass cannon. You're either going to win outright or you're just going to lose outright. There is no way around that. I don't know how else to get faster with that. And that's what made me love the game. And now I've spent so much and been here for over 5 years, so I can't leave. That's where I'm at, ultimately. That's the reason why I started up this channel. Because I'm like, screw it. I've invested. Why? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm backing out of this. I'm not even going to fucking try this. No. No one's getting points here. Fuck it. Just do it. Just do it, Jeff. Just do it. Be like Budweiser. Or whatever the slogan is for just do it. Nike. Be Nike. Just do it. Think in your heart of hearts to be like Shia LaBeouf. Do it! Alright. Now we're ultimately screwed. This plate's gonna fuck me. Yep. I hate having this plate on him. I really need to take this plate off. But I don't have any plate parts anymore, so I'm stuck with it. This was such a poor choice. I shouldn't have done this to myself. When I had the 10, I should have just taken it off. But then I thought to myself, meh, it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. Still won. We're fine. Boom. Kick to the face. Suck it. I don't know. It happens. It's Seb. I know Doc. He most likely looked down and wasn't paying attention. Do you know there's big black bar at the bottom of the stream? Are you hiding the HP on purpose? Yeah, I'm actually the big black bar on the bottom of the screen is because I have a bigger monitor than what the screen allows on OBS. So by having the black bar across the bottom, I'm actually hiding my coin and in-game cash count plus my level, so that way my shit doesn't get hacked. So people still hack freaking accounts in this game for some goddamn reason. Like I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. Yeah. Oh, ready up. Oh, Dak. Switch to something else, brother. 2 Bradshaws is overkill, but whatever, it's a win. Yeah, no, if you were around back in the day, hacking accounts was very prominent. Like, I want to say it was for like the first 3 or 4 years of this game being out. The original hack for the game was hacking in-game cash for a while there to get free pulls, because that's what you spent in-game cash currency on pulls instead of loot coins like they do now. So what people would do is they would see other people's accounts. The way to recover your account back in the day was you get a hold of Scopely, you tell them who your top 6 superstars were, I believe, and then you showed them basically how much coin you had, how much in-game cash you had, your username, what level your account was at, and who your strongest cards were. And they'd give you access back to your account where you could change the password or whatever, or link it to your Facebook or your email account. It was so easy back in the day to hack people's accounts just because they needed that information and just that information. So now it's a little bit more protected than what it was back then because you have to show receipts and stuff like that for your in-game purchases and whatnot. So it's a little bit harder, but it is still possible to hack. Yeah, dude. Honestly, Simon, I really miss the days of Enzo Amore and blitzes that you could just blitz your fucking heart out with Enzo because all he did was heal himself. Yeah. I am curious on if countdown gems are affected by the negative. This'll intrigue me. I may not get there because there's 2 Bradshaws, but you know, it is what it is. Boom. I'm curious. Will it do it? It fucking did it. All right, so much for that no freaking yellow gem thing. So Cody actually does work for this. Cody would work just fine. Yeah, it's been a chore. Or it was a chore. Oh, dude, that was fantastic. Like the good old days for this game were so much better because you could actually grind out tokens. Like that was the best part. You're like, "Oh fuck, I don't have X, Y, and Z at I think it was 3-star gold was the cap back then or it was 4-star bronze. No, it was 3-star gold. It was 3-star gold. You basically started off 1 star, then you went to 2-star, then 3-star, but you could grind out every single one of those tokens. It just took forever to do it because there was the limited health or the limited HP that they had, no VIP. You know, you went to 15 and that's where you stopped unless you spent money to get that extra HP. Is basically what it all came down to. And oh god, I miss those days. I miss the days where shit was like not easy to get to, but you knew someone grinded their ass off or spent a lot of money just based on what their roster looked like. So if they had nothing but the free shit and the easy to grab stuff, you knew for a fact they were a grinder. You knew what you were getting on your or in your faction. Like that was how that was. And now it's oh well, this dude has every single one of the rarest cards to get. He's clearly spending thousands and thousands of dollars, but he will not contribute at all to what we're trying to do in Come Grind event because he's too busy wanting just to spend money. Take the easy way out. God damn it, did I just freeze? Okay. Like I'm seeing that one far more frequently than I'm seeing anything else. Is people just ultimately wanting just to spend money and call it good. And it's sad. Oh dude, I remember getting oh what is his oh Gallows. I remember getting Gallows out of a bag. Like and I lost my shit. I was in my living room in my basement apartment. That glitch back in the day where if you got someone brand new, that spark would shoot up at the base of the screen, like down here where the roster button's at. You'd see it spark because you got a brand new card. Like I miss those days. Those days were fun. You always knew what you were gonna get. Now or knew when you got a new card. You didn't know what you got unless it was out of a bag. But basically, you're like you were more anticipating, more happy about the poll than anything else because you saw the flash. And if you saw multiple flashes, you knew you got new cards. Like 100% got new cards, plural. So it was like the changes to this game and everything have been, good and all. I like the changes to a certain extent, but at a certain point, I'm like, I really just wish you guys would go back to how it used to be. I really do. One of these days, it'll happen. They're either going to cave in and give us all what we want, or they're just going to sink this ship. So at this point, it's riding it out. This is going to blow up everything. Yep. Everything's gone. I wonder if I can pull this off. Oh, cool. We won anyways. We're fine. I do remember looking away. I do remember that. I remember having my phone right there in the palm of my hand and me going, not seeing it, not seeing it. Can I start tapping? Oh, I can start tapping now. Cool. But then there was other times where I'm like, I want a card. I'm going to get the card. And if I don't get the card, oh well. Oh. Ow. I'm not going to lie, guys. If you got anger issues, work them out. I say this as I'm grabbing my neck because my temper has been fucking out the window today. So I went for a very long drive down to the dispensary. And on that drive, I was listening to Falling in Reverse, Hollywood Undead, and Jelly Roll. And I was screaming my fucking lungs out on the way there with the songs. And I think I strained something in the back of my neck or in my shoulder. I think I tensed myself up so much I tightened some things. And this is the reason why I go to a chiropractor damn near every single week. If you got anger, work on it. It is not good for the body. I need to be doing that myself. I need to practice what I preach. Okay. I'm gonna read here in a second. I'm not ignoring, I swear. There we go. Okay, so yeah, but that's what pisses me off to no end. Oh my fucking god, I got him from that chest too. Yo, dude. Fucking Gallows was the thing back in the day. Like, that was honestly he was my go-to trickster for the longest time until I got Edge. Dude, it's redonkulous. Anger is just a poison inside the body that needs to go away. Like, I need to find healthy ways to get rid of my anger. I really, really do. Like, I've got a punching bag and stuff that I just need to set up the rig for it. I just haven't figured out where I want to set up the rig. I got an old house, so every once in a while, even though I do construction for a living, I have moments where I'm like, I know I'm structurally sound. I know my house is okay, but can I really put this much weight on one spot while I'm viciously attacking it, knowing it may very well screw some things up? Oh, dude, the club link was the shit. You got Gallows, you got Anderson. You fucking went into Showdown and you dominated. And if you didn't dominate with them, clearly you were doing something fucking wrong. Anderson was the first. Gallows was my first main workhorse. Anderson was the first card I fell in love with. Like that, having him, I was literally sitting there going, I'm going to win one way or another. Like, the power gems are going to destroy everything. And now we look at them now and they're at the bottom of every single fucking list. Like, that's upsetting to me. But I've said this in a couple of the videos I recorded and never put out. If they just took or there's other games out there, right? Other mobile games and PC games and console games that they nerf things, they upgrade things, they update the damage of certain stuff here, there, and there. Why is there 3? There doesn't need to be 3. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We just wasted 2 slots that could have been used for carries for no reason. Okay. 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 Calming back now. Calming back. This is where anger is going to get in the way and it's going to ruin some things. So let's not let that happen. Okay? Let's just be a good boy. Let's just keep our opinion to ourselves. Accept the fact that this is going to be massive overkill and just walk away. Just walk. But speaking of, we're going back to the anger thing. I actually started reading a book on anger, and the insight that they have on that is really, really something over the top. It goes all the way back to caveman. So what it stipulates, or what it not stipulates, what it theorizes is animals, for instance, right? When you come up to a dog and it's snarling and it's growling and it's raising its haunches and it's making you know you're in a danger zone right now, I would back the fuck up if I were you, right? You have, or that dog is not angry, it's just doing its natural way to protect itself from whatever environment is fucking with it. So when it comes to anger, we go to the caveman mindset, where caveman, had fire in the cave, and the man would sit up front with his giant fucking club, and you're gonna make me have to go grab my tablet. I'll look here in just a minute. Let me finish this up. I'll go grab my tablet. But ultimately, the caveman would be there watching for bears, wolves, other things that would come into the cave to ultimately kill him, his family, and take the food supply. So what they would do is when something would come around, they'd go big. They'd tap into that anger to make the guttural sound, to be like, get the fuck away from me. This is where I'm controlling this. This is my area. That ultimately, instinctually, has moved on to generation after generation after generation and has now been labeled as anger, when in all reality, it's a way to protect ourselves from the danger around us. Let me go grab my tablet real quick. I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so the book is called Overcoming Anger: How to Identify It, Stop It, and Live a Healthier Life by Carol D. Jones. And it's super insightful. Like, they talk about some of her clients. She doesn't name her clients and stuff like that. She's a therapist or a psychiatrist, one or the other. I can't fully remember. But either way, she talks about how some of them are anger based off of their environment. There's some that are angry just because that's how they were raised. And there are some people who are angry because even though they're calm, nice people on the inside, they don't have control over their personal lives. They feel like they have no power. So ultimately, the way to achieve power is to be angry and scare everyone around you, basically, to be like, look, you've now pushed me to this fucking limit. You are now you are now basically going to feel what I feel and understand that this is not going to end well for you. That's where it comes out at. It's very, very insightful. I never really looked at my anger that way. I've always looked at my anger as not really a defense mechanism, but more along the lines of a warning sign to people, which is essentially, you've pissed me off. You either back the hell away now or I end you. Like, that's how that goes. And I always thought it was a healthy way of releasing it, until I realized that my anger is spreading to my child. I love my kid. My kid is my world. He is my life. He is my reason for living now, and will continue to be that way. But I watch my kid. He's coming on to 3 years old, and he turns 3 in a week and a half. And when something goes wrong that he doesn't like, he gets extremely angry. And I'm like, oh crap, that's a learned response. And by it being a learned response, who is he learning that from? Well, he's learning it from his dad, his role model. He's a big old daddy's boy, has been since he was in the womb. And ultimately, he's watching me and he's picking up on my patterns and how I answer things. So I'm trying my hardest right now to understand where my anger is stemming from. And my prior therapist, she did really well, but she just didn't hit the mark like she needed to. She told me, and this is one of the shittiest responses I've ever heard from somebody, is anger is it is not an emotion, it is a cover up. It's a secondary. It's a secondary emotion to whatever it is that you're actually feeling. And it's like, no, right now I'm feeling pretty angry. I know this because I'm trembling and I'm about ready to punch a hole in a wall. Like, I know what anger feels like. Well, no. Well, what comes from that anger? Violence. That's what comes from that anger. Like, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. It's violence. I want to hurt you because you have angered me. I'm not going to because I don't like hurting people, but I still feel it and I still know it's there. Well, it comes from a natural instinct. Well, what's that instinct? Protection, protecting yourself. I'm not wanting to protect myself. I'm wanting to end you. They're two very different things. If I wanted to protect myself, I would just leave the situation, right? So, yeah, that's where it comes down to. And obviously, I'm no expert. I didn't go to school for this shit. I just know what I know. And what I know is when I get to a certain point, either people need to walk away from me or I need to walk away from them. And that's not healthy. It ultimately is just going to make my heart beat 100 times faster because when you go, it's not going to increase my heart rate, it decreases. Anger decreases the heart rate. So more blood, or to decrease the blood flow, I think is what it said. And it labors your breathing. So that way you can have kind of a Neo effect where you slow down time. That way you can analyze and pinpoint exactly what it is that you're going to attack next. So it's really cool what it does to the body. Like just the fact that up here controls all of this so much is really cool. Yeah, that's exactly it. Everyone has emotions, and sometimes those emotions, sometimes it can be over dramatized or over dramatic, being over dramatic. Sometimes you can be over dramatic, especially with anger. You can go and say, I'm angry over this. Cool, you're angry, but did you really need to punch a hole in the wall? Like, was the physical violence that came from your mental violence actually necessary in that moment? And that's where I'm relaying I'm trying to get my brain to that kind of mindset, which is I feel like I want to punch a hole in this wall. And I want to envision the person that is upsetting me is as the wall, right? So I can take my aggression out on that piece. But I'm not going to do that. So I need to take 2 steps back. I need to calm myself down and look at it from a logical perspective. Is this going to give me the result that I want if I get this angry? Well, yeah, it's going to make me feel better. That's kind of the whole point. But is it really going to make me feel better knowing I terrified somebody and made them feel unsafe? God, no. I want people that are around me to feel protected, to feel safe and secure so they can be themselves. If themselves is a considerate person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it comes in for me. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here a little bit. This is an in-depth topic that I've ultimately just recently thought to myself, hey, maybe I should kind of quell this. I'm no expert and I will never claim to be an expert. I just know what I know and that's what I try and relay. We all learn from experiences, really. We learn from the experiences of ourselves. We learn from experiences of others. Is other people's outcomes going to be like our outcome? No, not really. But is it going to be kind of paralleled? Possibly. I had a friend back in the day that would yell at me constantly because I wouldn't open up about what's going on. Or if I did open up and he told me how to fix it, I would ultimately go, nah, I'm okay, and walk away. And it's like, yes, I did that because your outcome is not going to be my outcome. Just because you experienced it doesn't mean I'm going to experience it myself. So let me experience what I'm going to experience. And then if it's the same, cool, I'll come to you and I'll find out, how did you resolve this issue? Did you do this? Did you do this? Or I'm going to do it my way. And in the end, I'm going to figure it out so I have the knowledge for myself moving forward. A lot of people don't seem to get that nowadays. It's more along the lines of, I believe this is a societal thing, whereas so many people have felt powerless throughout the decades that now it's all culminated into everyone thinks they're right all the time. That they think that just because they experienced it and this problem arose for them, that's going to happen for everybody. And that's not the case. What it is we all have to experience life for ourselves. If we don't play the game, how are we going to learn the rules? Take champions, for instance. I have multiple people on a daily basis ask me for builds, setups, how to play the card, the medals that go on the card, the belt that needs to go on the card, how much time does it take, yada, 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 yada. I can hand them this information, which I do. I don't do it willingly, but I do it because I know it's helping a little bit. But when it's the same questions over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, after a certain point, I go, are you wanting to learn how to play this game? Because if you're wanting to learn, I will be more than happy to show you I'll give you the tools for you to learn. But if ultimately you're just taking what I'm giving you, applying it, and not learning from it, then you're never going to excel. You're never going to be at the level you want to be at because you're not training yourself. You're just getting a handout. What's that old saying? You can you can hand a man a fish and he eats for a day. You can teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime. A lot of people have stopped with wanting to learn how to catch a fish. They're just wanting the handout. They're like, oh, it's just a game that I don't play religiously. So I'm just going to get all the information from everybody else and then I'll just piggyback off them. If you're doing that in this game, then you're doing it in life, and clearly you're not learning the rules. That's just what it comes to. I had to preach constantly in our chat for manners. Manners. People feel so entitled nowadays. And it's not just my faction, it's other factions too. When you deal with 100 people in a faction, you get a good 40% that just believe that they should have handouts. Why? No fucking clue. I have lived a very good life. And as a child, yeah, I did receive handouts as a child because I'm a fucking child. That comes with the territory. But as growing into an adult, I'm like, do I really want people doing everything for me all the time? No, because they're not going to do it the way I want them to. And then they're going to be flabbergasted that I got mad at them because they didn't do it the way I wanted them to. It's picking those battles. I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of rambling here a little bit. This is a hot topic for me. So the same thing comes down to people who go and have babies just so they can stay at home and live off the government. That's the other thing that angers me. It angers me so much. So, don't get me wrong. If you live off the government because you have to, because that is what you have innately learned, or not innate, that's what you need to do to survive, but you're still trying to get off of that, by all means, you fucking do what you need to do to survive. But if you're making the ultimate choice to not fucking contribute to society and all you're doing is just taking the handouts, why? Just why? What happened to the days of people trying? I say this constantly. I was born in the wrong decade. Don't get me wrong, the 20s were crap because of, the Great Depression, famine, stuff like that. But people actually worked. People earned their livings. Yes, where the child labor is fucking ridiculous and shouldn't exist. But people should learn how to take pride in their work. Take pride in themselves. A lot of that doesn't exist anymore. I really wish it did. I wish I wish the vast majority were hard workers and the minority weren't. I could handle, 30 million people working their asses off on a daily basis. while only 3 million people didn't. Chris, like you said, like literally, it's everywhere. I don't think there's a single faction, a single group, a single team in this entire world that does not covered or that is not overshadowed by the people just wanting handouts. I don't think it exists. Work ethic is so bad they're considering child labor again. Oh no, they're already doing it. Like I've been watching, not willingly. I got rid of Facebook willingly. I kept Messenger to keep in touch with people, but I got rid of Facebook because it's just covered in negative. All the Facebook watch videos are nothing but negative. Men are horse shit. Women are bitches. The world sucks. Yada yada yada. It's all negative. There's no positive, and the people who are trying to make it positive are only getting cut down because of some reason or another. Who the fuck knows why? But I started watching more video or more YouTube shorts, and for some reason YouTube went, "Hey, you seem like someone who would like the news." And I'm like, "I don't, but okay, I'll start watching." So I started watching more and more and more, and all I'm seeing lately is like the transgender movement and men dressing up as women so that way they can excel in a sport that they suck at. It's so dumb. I look at the world and I fear for my child moving forward. And I fear for all children moving forward because if this is how we're raising them now, it's only going to raise into the generations that follow. Mm-hmm. Greg's absolutely right. Is when parents have kids just to brag about. Oh, yep. I understand bragging about their accomplishment, but some just brag about that they have kids. Yeah, I've met a few, Simon. I've met a few. The ones that get me is I'm waiting for the day where my son starts back talking me in the store and I lift him up and I spank his ass in public. So that way I can have some Karen walk up to me and go, "You should not strike your child." And I look at her and go, "You want me to strike you too?" Because I got no problem doing it. I'm raising my kid the way he needs to be raised. You either back the fuck off of me and go somewhere else, or you're going to have the same problem. I had to do the same after my marriage. I swear Facebook knew it was all. Yep. That's what happened. So my baby mama and I, we did not end on the best of terms. It was horrible. We're better now. Like we're working through our stuff, like not relationship wise, but we're trying to be good co-parents. Um, we both understand that our child is going to learn from us what to do in life. So if we're good co-parents, then he'll understand that he's not from a broken home. He's just a product of a relationship that didn't work, and that's okay. So, that worked. But my Facebook, I swear, turned into, or it went from comedians and shorts and fun things to listening to the arguments and listening to the fights and turning my Facebook watch into women are horrible, men are horrible. How do you know you're with a narcissist? Signs that you're dating a narcissist, signs you're married to a narcissist. And it's like you're implanting into our heads these false accusations. This is not his fault. Someone backed out right as he hit start. So he's going to have to do it again. But this is not his fault. I watched the person back out right as the start button hit. So I have social media just to keep up with friends. Like I do have a small group of friends that I keep in my inner circle that I talk to on a daily basis, roughly when it comes to like Messenger and stuff. But social media has just outright ruined everybody. Don't really care for social media. I only have YouTube. That's it for me too. Like I don't have Twitter. I'm not gonna or X or whatever the fuck it's called now. I don't have Instagram, and that's solely because of my last relationship. It was a hot topic button that we never wanted to touch. But I kept off all of those things. I recently got not recently. About 6 months ago, I got a dating app and everything because I'm like, I don't want to be alone. That's what happens when you get done with a relationship. You don't want to be alone. You want someone around because it's the norm for you. I got on there and I swear dating apps are just as bad as social media because shit you not. I had in a 10-day span almost 20 people connect with me just so they can get into my messages and go, "Hey baby, do you want to see me take my clothes off?" No, I want to fucking respect you. And if I'm going to respect you, keep your fucking clothes on until we get to know each other better and then take the clothes off. But you hear women constantly going, OnlyFans, I make millions of dollars on OnlyFans. Cool, you make millions of dollars off of lonely people. I'm sorry that that's what you think needs to be done to pay your bills, but no, I'm not going to respect you. So why do it? Why? But it's just that's what it all comes down to. If you're on any sort of platform that's not a gaming platform, you are ultimately just going in there to be trapped all the time. It's so stupid. Oh God, I'm no, I can never. I think I did Twitter once, like 5 years ago, something like that. There was a contest going on in a game I played at the time that I needed Twitter for it to get into there. So I downloaded it and I was on there for maybe 5 minutes, just long enough to fucking do the deal. And then I deleted it afterwards. Like there was no point. But all social media, it originally started out. Now, I will say this: I miss the original days of social media. I miss the days where people like Dane Cook and the celebrities all got on MySpace to promote their shows. I miss those days because it was yes, there was cyberbullying and stuff like that. That comes with the territory of when you're dealing with any sort of general public. That sucked. That just blew up everything. No. All right, let's try this. Let's just pump up those three, see if we can win here. I doubt it. The whole board's full. I gotta get rid of this. Gotta get rid of this. Gotta get rid of this. Come on. Just fucking end it at 8. Just end it at 8. Okay, don't break. I don't know why my damage is not registering. Oh, fuck, we're dead. God damn it. Where was the damage? It all went away. It all went away. Fucking hell. Glass cannon. It is. It's just that's all social media is. But I do miss the days of MySpace. When you get on and you go on people's pages just so you can listen or see what kind of music they're listening to at the time. You got on there to talk with people. Fucking AOL Instant Messenger. The first real way to connect with society or with all your friends. What's your email address? I'll aim you. Stuff like that. I miss those days. Once Facebook hit the fucking market, everything went to hell. Like that's just reality. I wish it wasn't, but Facebook is the leading cause of all of this. I believe. I believe MySpace started off with the pure intention of showing creativity, showing the world, your products. There's people out there showing their paintings and their crafts, stuff like that. They just want the world to see what they can do. Facebook came out and went, guess what? Now you connect with millions of people all at the touch of a button. Why? I don't know anybody in the world that wants to know that many fucking people. Like, why? And now it's all people saw it, and I get it. It's a money horse. They saw a quick way to make a quick buck. Good on them. But end of the day, no, needs to all stop. Oh, dude, it was amazing. I miss MySpace so much. It was just simpler times. Boom, kick to the face. It was all so simple. And I wish we could go back to simple. Like everything's become so complex. You hear those people who go and say, "Well, live in the gray area. Live in the gray area." Why should I live in the gray area? I don't want to live in the gray area. Like everything is black and white. It's super straightforward. Are you a fucker? That means that you're a bad person. Well, why? Well, because you fuck people over. That's why you're a fucker. Oh, well, that doesn't make me a bad person. Yes, it does. It makes you a horrible fucking person. Did you do something wrong? Yes. Should you be punished for it? Depends. Like, did you fuck someone over? No? Cool. Did you hurt someone maliciously? No. Was someone a casualty because you did something to yourself that you didn't think would hurt anybody else? Then you're not a bad person, you just did a bad thing. But people are like, "Oh, the gray area. You should be punished for all this." Fuck you, no. Get the fuck out of here. That's just my opinion. I can dive deeply into this, and I really shouldn't because this is the internet. Someone's gonna spin this. Luckily I don't have 10,000 people, so that's a positive. If I had 10,000 people, I guarantee you the comments for this video would explode. You have a wrong view. You shouldn't think this way. You need to be canceled. Okay. I don't think it's gonna hurt my fucking feelings. I got tough enough skin. Like, literally, it would not bother me if I got canceled. That's how little of a fuck I give. But there's people out there who believe, and I'm similar. I guess I should say this. I'm kind of the same way. Is I base my value off of what other people think of me from time to time. And that ultimately just comes down to loved ones. If I'm doing something and my loved ones go and say, "Hey, this is going to hurt a lot of people in the process of you doing this, is probably a good idea that you don't," then I'll listen. This is going to fuck that up. It fucked everything up. That plate is ruining everything. Oh my God, that Viper plate. It's amazing everywhere else, but in this last feud and now this, it is just throwing wrench into the cogs. It is an amazing plate to have on Bradshaw, but it comes with a giant warning sign. One big ass red flag. Simon, you know what I'm talking about. You're still here, you get it. That plate is amazing in the long run, but it is ultimately one giant warning sign. Dasman, if you don't hit it, I'm backing out. There we go. All right. I got a little nervous there for a second. I tell you one thing though, if it wasn't for the fact that Bradshaw is single-handedly carrying everybody, Triple H with a Piper plate and Triple H plate is runner up for doing the most damage. Like, without a doubt. Granted, it's only one rotation, which kind of sucks, but it still works. And it's breaking up the monotony, thank God. I really love the fact that this stream for Boss Battle turned into a TED Talk. It's amazing how quickly that shit happens. Alright, hit the button. Button's been hit. So, since I'm doing a live stream, since I haven't done one in a while, I'm kind of curious as to what you guys think of this new coming plan. So, I have this plan moving forward with the channel. That is, I'm going to ultimately show like 3 cards of the same class in one video, and then do a poll in the comments of who y'all think I should take up. Because, quite frankly, I'm bored with my roster now. So, yeah, that's why I switched Bradshaw's strap off. At least he doesn't need medals for it. Yeah, exactly. I should probably do the same. I should probably switch his belt off of him, but nah. I'll keep playing high risk, high reward. If I see another Bradshaw enter in here, I'm switching over to Triple H. Oh, there's Kevin. I'm just going to do the giant pump. That way, I think that's just kind of how the boss battle should be ran at this point. If you've got a Bradshaw, everybody needs to be taking in something that can do a lot of damage in one shot. So that way there's no real risk of going into turn 2. Like, that's just my opinion. Should probably... I'm gonna look. Do I still have a shampoo and stuff for bath time? Maybe. I don't know. Hit it, Coffee. Coffee. We're waiting. We're waiting. What would you guys think? Do you think that'd be a good thing moving forward with the channel, is having, subscriber interaction on the roster? Because like right now, I've got Bradshaw at 6-star silver. I've got Rocky 76 at 6-star silver. So clearly, I need to put a modern in there. Should be a fun idea for the poll. Could be fun. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Because like I've got Randy, Butch, Lashley, and Mankind, or Mutant Mankind, that can go 6-star silver for modern strikers. I don't give a fuck which one goes up. It's just I need one of them, and and I constantly go back and forth on who to take up, because they all offer the same thing. It's not game changing. They're not the most amazing cards on my roster, but they do the job. So who knows? Like I like the change that they made to Randy. Makes him or Apex Predator makes him a little bit more viable. But he also doesn't, in the game, turn 1, he's like turn 2 and turn 3, unless there's a giant cascade. But like I was kind of stuck on my tricksters for a minute, but oh fuck, I didn't do that today. I still need to make the Giovanni video. He is definitely going to be someone to look out for, I believe. Like just seeing testing him out the last 2 days, he's really, really good. He just needs a little bit of TLC. He needs a reason to live. Got 2 rotations. Fuck yeah. Smack it. This should end it. Right here, this should end it. Bam! To the dome. Over and out. But like Gio's gonna go 6-star silver, and then Nikita, and then after that I'm stuck. Technicians I technically have in a row. Powerhouses will be the next option after I take Rick Steiner to 6-star silver. Acros, Showboats, and Strikers are the only ones I just really don't give a fuck. He is actually a lot of fun. So what I did with him was, I just want to go thoughtless here. No, I really don't. Replace that. Bradshaw, fuck it. Go there. There's 2 separate builds for Geo that work really fucking well. If you go with the triple green and you slap a drip or a Sheik plate on there, you don't necessarily need the Sheik plate. The Sheik plate just kind of helps. But the triple green for Geo is the same equivalent to the triple green for Rocky 76. It's very specific. So Rocky 76, if you go triple green, you need to fight someone that has all green moves to make it super effective. If you go the triple green move with Geo, you need to go up against a powerhouse. Excuse me. That way you get the hardcore trigger and everything goes off turn 1. You go full Fury 2 with him, and it's a significant amount of damage. Whereas the triple yellow is solely based off of defensive measures, because it never stops recycling. It will recycle until there's nothing left to recycle. And that, to me, is pretty fucking exceptional. So you go submission, and then you do the damage for the immobile gems, do the MP boost, go back into submission, and rinse and repeat. In my eyes, if I take that into feud, because I have to have 2 technicians, then he's going to work out favorably and ultimately become a kind of like a stall the clock for the opponent, because he's just going to constantly recycle. I'm going to throw the anti-sub plate on him just so if someone does a submission, he has a higher chance of kicking out completely. And that's the only thing that stops that, is if you don't beat him turn 1 or have an anti-sub plate, you're going to be sitting in a rotation the whole time. And it's kind of funny. In my opinion, it's funny. The other third option is an MP plate that would ultimately kind of waste him a little bit. but it's still functional. Come boss battle, though, it's going to be a little bit. And I think boss battle, he's going to be exceptional for boss battle. I really do, especially for mobile gems. If there's one that increases yellow submission damage and does immobile gems. Oh, I forgot who I was playing. Whoopsie. Go here. He's gonna rock the living shit out of that. If you go for a green one, a green gem boss, he's probably gonna be mid tier, roughly. Like he'll still do the work. I don't know you. I don't know who would be calling me from Denver. If it's important, they'll leave a message. Thinking about taking up Acro, R-Truth, 6-star silver. Huh. You see, I didn't think about Truth. That's right. He does have a new setup, doesn't he? He has that hardcore move. I'm going to check him out real quick. Because, see, that actually helps me. Because right now, let's go class. Scroll to acros. Okay, so in regards to the acros, right now I am stuck. I got Logan, Wesley, and I guess I do have R-Truth. I just gotta figure out where the fuck he's at. R-Truth. Okay. The Truth. I remember having him free for the first trial. What's the hardcore? Increase your purple gem damage by 114%. Then do the finisher and destroy 4 random snowfalls. Interesting. Yes, he do truth. Okay, so I did already set him up. I love the fact the name of the move's Little Jimmy. Increase your purple gem damage by 55%. That's not bad. There's really no way to do it if you're not careful. But this is increasing so you can increase purple gem. No, you have to do one or the other. You can't do both. So this one makes a lot more sense. Do here, do here, do here. That's actually rather exceptional. Like, I can't see it. I don't see that being an issue. So the only thing I see being the issue is it's just a 4x1 area. Now, if it was a 6x1 area, it'd make a lot more sense. Probably do a lot more damage. But he would be very good for other things. My faction is slapping down 20s. I'm just sitting here in empty level 13 lobbies. Yeah, it's going to happen, man. You got to get your highest. So the way boss battles work, and the most efficient way to make a boss battle work, is you get all the high levels done first. However high your faction can go, you go to that level and you grind out everybody all at once. So you get all those done, and then you go and do your bonuses. After that is when it becomes a lot more sensible. So special time management wise, fucking everything wise, it makes a lot more sense to go down that route. So in the first 4 or 5, or the first roughly 4 hours of a boss battle should only solely be focused on getting all of the big ones done first. Have it, don't have it, don't have it. So, I'll cap this easy sauce. Where are we sitting here? Oh my god, really? It's just going to take a DiBiase and a Sean to win this. Oh, good lord. Capping the boss events is way too easy. I'll accept it, though. I have 0 of the bonus superstar. That does happen. I can't say that it's not a normal thing, because it is a normal thing. All right, Rub's here. Since Rub's here, going over to Triple H. I'm tired of running Bradshaw. If others are, yeah, there's 2. There's no point. There's no point in me running Bradshaw. Don't see the point. But if you can get, so if you have 100 people in the faction and say roughly 60% are American, so they're on the American time, If you get through all of them first, then do all the bonuses, and then get in the stragglers, you jump up higher in the rankings for boss battle, which gives everyone more coins at the end of boss battle for people who can't cap the event. And that's where it helps. So it's one of those things that it's kind of one of those advanced techniques of looking at boss battle. So my biggest problem, and I absolutely despise this, is when boss battle starts and people open up bonus level lobbies before they do the 23s. Like, if you go into it and you do your bonuses first, but you don't do your high level first, you actually do lose points. Like, if you do your high level first, you get the highest amount possible to get off the coins. And then you do the bonuses to cap off the event. That's the strategy to go into it. But if you hop in and you immediately go, oh, I need bonuses while everybody else is getting carried, you're going to get ignored. At least that's what it should be. So, yeah. Oh, nice. On who? Bradshaw or Geo? Simon? Because I slapped that 100% gem damage belt on him, and I am perfectly okay with it. Because his triple yellow needs to be takedown 2 to be the most efficient. And the gem damage increase on the belt helps with kickouts for feuds. Feuds and showdown, technically. That's where the hybrid comes into play. That's why I say don't be one-dimensional with this game. You cannot at all be one-dimensional with this game. If you're one-dimensional, then you're going to fail. So you need to go three-dimensional. And by three-dimensional, I mean look at it from every single angle possible. So let's see if I can find out the best source for this one. Sammy. Sammy is the... No, okay, so Sammy is going to be one I use as a... This is where it works out the most efficiently on one level. So Sammy. 100% move damage. Takedown 2 move damage. And that's solely because of his finisher. His finisher is going to do the most damage. His finisher, if you go full fury on him, it fluctuates way too much because it's based off the gems on the board, not the damage itself. So by doing full takedown and focusing solely on the finisher, you're staying consistent with a solid number, and that number only increases and lowers slightly, whereas Fury lowers or increases drastically. Same thing with Chelsea Green. Now on Farouk is my hybrid option. Farouk, I have full takedown 2 on here. One, because I have a 200% red move increase for Fury, or for Fury 2, and that's on Bradshaw right now. But I have a 200% that I need to work on for his takedowns. The reason why takedown works on him so well is because of the finisher being extra 500%. So this is going to take up where the Fury is left off. Ultimately, you're wanting Farouk to be turn 1 win anyways, so this is where that works out. But the other way that it works out too is the takedown is a percentage, so this helps with kickouts. I hope that little portion helps somebody, because I have spent the last week trying to figure out how to make a freaking belt video, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how to do it in a way that a majority will understand. Like, that's the hardest part, is getting the majority to understand. Which I kind of need to do that, because there's a lot of people in the faction that watch the video that need that sort of help. But I can either do it the way, or I can either say the video and do the education the way I know it, but I guarantee you it's going to go over at least 60% of the people's heads. Because it's going to be like, oh, well, that's a lot of overthinking. I don't want to overthink. You'd probably look at my belts and just walk away. No, I actually wouldn't. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Or I've had that said to me quite a bit. I like seeing belts that are fucked up, so I can explain to you why it's fucked up and have you learn from that and advance further. The ones I don't understand and will never understand are the ones that, when I look at their belts going into feud, I see they have one vitality, one fury, one takedown, one uh padded, all like one of each across the board. Makes no sense to me because there's no bonuses at all. You get nothing from doing that. So what I like to tell people is, so say your top card, right? Your top card needs to have takedown 2 to be the most effective, but you only have 2 takedown medals. Put those 2 takedown medals onto that card and then put regular takedown on there. Hybrid it out. Takedown 1, takedown 2. Yes, you were losing, you're losing 50% of the, or not 50%. You were losing 20, you're losing 25% of the power by doing that, but you're actually helping yourself move forward knowing that those are just placeholders, right? So having a placeholder on the belt is not a problem. I don't understand. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the card. Or no, sorry. It does help somebody. It helps your opponent. It helps your opponent beat you faster if you do the one medal apiece. It helps you lose ultimately. You are handing out points for no reason. And feud is it's a 1-to-1 competition. It's a head-to-head competition. You want to win, but you also want your opponent to struggle so they don't have more points than you. When you start getting Fury 2 or Takedown 2 medals, they are available in milestones for Feud and Showdown. I believe Feud is Takedown and Showdown is Fury, but I could be mistaken. Mm-mm. No, I'm not, because this last weekend was Feud and the prize was Takedown 2s. So I think it's Showdown, it's Fury 2s, the bonus milestones. Chris, I think Simon and I both kind of agree that he is. In my opinion, he is. Just giving off that number. Now that he brought up, all right, see, I overlooked R-Truth when it came to my Shoba or my acros. But given the fact that Simon is right that he does increase by 114%, 140%, no, 114%, that helps. Especially with the 12K trainers with a Fury 2 belt, all that other good jazz. I think mine right now has an affiliation belt on him. I thought the medals and milestones were dependent on what type of card uses them. Could be. Like, I look at patterns, and the patterns that I see is Showdown has Fury 2s, Feud has Takedown 2s. No, 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 don't apologize. Don't apologize. You asking that ultimately helps me to verify it in my own mind. I'm a very logical person. If you can explain to me logically why something works, I will accept that answer and I will attribute it to my own lifestyle and I will move forward with that. But if I cannot logically explain it to you or you logically cannot explain it to me, then it makes absolutely no sense and it needs to be abandoned. So by you asking if he is worth it, by me repeating what we talked about previous, only helps validate the logic. That's all it really comes down to. So don't ever apologize for asking a question. Now, if you ask a question and then you don't scroll up, that's just a pet peeve of mine from Discord. But ultimately, I have no problem answering these questions over and over and over and over and over again. Because at a certain point, if I've logically explained it 3 times, but the 4th time I cannot logically explain it, then that means that I have lost the logic and it is no longer logical, really, ultimately. So, like I said, I'm a very black and white person. Of course. I'm a, you know, I said this in one of my prior streams when Punk first came back. Wait. For a 4th. Need to let him know this because he won't get the points. When CM Punk came back to WWE, I was super fucking angry about it. I really was. I didn't like Punk after his bullshit in AEW, the way he left AEW. I didn't like it because I saw him as whiny. You need your 4, it's your first run. Wait, okay. Or when he left AEW, the way he left AEW pissed me off to no extent because I thought he was a whiny little bitch. When he came to WWE, I was angry because he took away Randy's spotlight. Randy deserved to be the spotlight, and he just wasn't. And that's agitating in and of itself. However, my opinion on Punk has changed a little bit given the promo that he cut with Drew McIntyre 2 nights ago. The reason why my opinion has changed is something that he said. He said, I am a very nice person until it's time to not be nice. And it's getting to be about that time. At that portion is when I respected him more, because he ultimately put out there that, yes, I have done things my way and it has not worked, but I've been a nice person about it and I'm trying to be a nice person. But if you're going to keep pushing me, I'm going to put you into the ground. And I loved that fact because that's who I am as a person. I'm a very, very, very nice person until you push me to where it's time to not be nice. I look at it as a Roadhouse thing. When Patrick Swayze goes and says, be nice until it's time to not be nice. And I will tell you when it's time to not be nice. That is understanding your limitations and understanding when it is time to stand up for yourself. It is time to put your foot down and call it quits. Or not call it quits, to put your foot down and ultimately say enough is enough. And that to me is what Punk was trying to relay, was he was a very nice person and a lot of people pushed him to not be nice. And that's the reason why he left the way he did. That's the reason why he's done what he has done. It made me see him in a different light, and I totally appreciate that. So that's where I don't know. I kind of went off on a tangent here, but ultimately, like I said before, with asking the questions, I'm a very nice person, and I go and I tell you as much as humanly possible because I want this game to continue. I love my faction. Even though my faction pisses me off, they are my family. And by them pissing me off nearly as much as they do, only solidifies in my mind that they are my family. Because only family can piss you off so much, but you don't leave. Right? And to me, the way Punk left WWE is because he was being disrespected. He was being abused and he's being stepped on for no reason. And he left because he was angry about that. He couldn't change anything, so he left. AEW, he had a problem with the Elite because the Elite were doing some shit that he didn't approve of, and it led into a big kerfuffle. Following that, he got it all leveled out. Everything was fine. And then Jungle Boy Jack Perry pissed him off more because he stepped on him. He was doing shit he wasn't supposed to do, and no one was listening, so Punk felt disrespected again, and he left. Now, he left because he was kind of forced to leave, but it was for the betterment of him and the company to do so. And Brian Danielson, whatever you want to call him, his ultimate decision to get rid of Punk was for Punk's well-being and for the company's well-being. Because Jack Perry being who Jack Perry is, he is now one of the foundations for AEW. He needs to stay in AEW. And the fact that he will blatantly disrespect everybody is just a sign that he needs to be there to grow. So, hats off to them for making that decision. Punk being in WWE is, one, it makes him kind of a hypocrite. Just a little bit. And I agree with Seth Rollins quite a bit on what he says about Punk. And that is, you shit on us for so long and now you want to come back and expect open arms. That's not how this works. I get that perception, but I also see Punk's side too. So it comes down to a lot of the stuff where you either believe what's being said and you go into the storytelling, or you just kind of base it off of one person's actions from a long time ago and go from there. I genuinely think Punk got himself fired intentionally from AEW. Way too much drama for stupid shit. Agreed. I don't think he intentionally got himself fired, but I do think that he was in an environment that didn't suit his character. So the way I tell people that come to me about the faction, for instance, I've had some people throughout the years. I've not been in Bourbon and Booty for years and years and years and years and years. I'm not an OG, not in the slightest, but I have been a leader in other factions. I've been in multiple factions, and I've had people throughout the years come to me and go, I'm not happy here. I'm going to find somewhere else unless you give me a reason to not leave. And I go and tell every single one of them, I'm not going to give you a fucking reason to stay. You stay because you want to stay. Now, if you're unhappy with where you're at, by all means, change the fucking scenery. Go somewhere else. Go find your happiness somewhere else, because if you're not going to find it here, or you're not trying to find it here, you'll never find it. And to me, Punk was not happy in AEW because of the fact they disrespected him, his title run, and basically when he told a young, wet behind the ears child, do not do this because ultimately you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to hurt your opponent, you're going to cause more problems than what needs to be. When he said that and got spit in the face, at that point is when I think he realized this environment is not going to be healthy for me. And he did get an out with Paul getting a hold of him and saying, "Let's mend our fences. Let's come back. Come back. We'll help you come back." Going back into WWE, the backlash he's receiving right now is one well deserved. He needs to eat crow right now. He needs to, what was it? The Triple H documentary. I believe it's called King of Kings. There was a problem that arose. Nash and Scott Hall were about ready to leave for WCW. Triple H and HBK were in a steel cage match against them in a house show. At the end of that house show, they embraced each other in a hug in the center of the ring for everybody to see. And that broke kayfabe. Once that happened, Shawn wasn't punished. But Triple H was told by Vince, you were about to receive all of this. But now you're not. You're going to have to eat shit. Plates and plates and plates of shit for you to come back on top. And I think that's where Punk is right now. Punk needs to eat plates of shit. He needs to eat crow. He needs to have everything put at him for the destruction that he caused and the problems that he caused. Because he did, for the last 10 years, cause a lot of problems. But once he is done eating the plates and plates and plates of shit, I hope that he gets what is owed to him at this point. He is owed a main event slot at WrestleMania. He is owed having his face on the chairs and the cups. He's owed all of these things because he was even as champion, he was still looked down upon. He has one of the longest reigns in WWE history. He's the reason why the Shield was a part of WWE. He is the reason why we have a tribal chief. He is the reason why we have Seth freaking Rollins. People need to remember this. So if it wasn't for Punk, we would be so far on a different spectrum than what we are now. Who knows where we would be? But for now, he need to eat shit for all of the shit talk that he had. He needs to eat the shit that he spewed. He did say that because there was no way he was coming back. And he said that for a long time. There was no way he was going to come back. There was no way that he was going to do anything with WWE. And now it happened. I definitely know what it's like to be at a job that you hate. I had 2 terrible retail jobs with shitty bosses. Then I got a dishwashing job that I absolutely love. I think at Mania it will be Punk versus Rollins, but Priest will cash in his Money in the Bank. I like to think so. I do. I like to think that Seth will drop the belt to Punk whether he wants to or not and get the medical help that he needs for his back. And then Priest comes out and actually takes the title the way he's supposed to. I think that would be sick, and I think that would be a very good way to solidify it. But I also think Priest needs to leave Judgment Day first. And the reason I say this is because right now, yes, Judgment Day right now runs the fucking yard. There is no doubt in anyone's minds they run the fucking yard. Only because the bloodline is on SmackDown, not on Raw. Priest is being held back by Judgment Day. Oh, yeah, Seth is fucking hurting on a daily fucking basis. But that's the show of his character, too, is the fact that he is so devoted to his fans and his craft that he is breaking himself further just to make sure they have a good product. It's the same thing with Orange Cassidy in AEW. In my opinion, AEW is a far superior product only because of the fact that they have titles on there that overshadow each other. What the storyline is at that time dictates whether the title is relevant or not. And right now, with Adam Copeland and Christian going with the TNT title, with MJF dealing with Adam Cole and all that other good shit, and then Orange Cassidy with, I want to say it's the television title, but I know I'm wrong. I know what the title is. I just can't. It's off the top of my head right now. But Orange Cassidy is in pain constantly. His back is fucked. But that man puts on an amazing performance every time he's in the ring, and that's what makes it worth it. I want to see Truth have a heel run with Judgment Day just to see him in a different light. I don't want that. Not in the slightest. I cannot do that. R-Truth is the comedic relief we all need in WWE. He is that one person that can take the biggest heel and turn them fucking hilarious. Like, I love watching him try and break people. It's so much fun to watch. It really is. I love the fact right now. The thing I don't like, I need JD McDonough out of the Judgment Day. That man makes no fucking sense. In my eyes, Dominic is far more superior than JD McDonough. Like, and that says something. So JD, all he's got going for him is a head that is disproportionate to the body. Like, that's really all it comes down to. And the commentators even fucking say it. He has the biggest head in WWE because his head is so much bigger than what his fucking body is. His body mass index needs to rise. 1000% needs to rise for him to be taken serious. Is this a 3-person? Fuck. Oh, no, it's just a bonus. We're good. We're good. It's just a bonus. I thought this was a 23. You can see him as a heel. Like, he had his heel run way back in the day with The Miz. He had that run with Awesome Truth or whatever, where he was a conspiracy theorist, but with Little Jimmy and all that other stuff. He was a heel. He was a comedic heel, but he was a heel nonetheless. I just royally fucked all that up. Well, all right. That's a cascade for you. Let's kill these off, I guess. Gonna have to. We can still win. It's only a level 15, so I'm not too worried here. Probably should be. Famous last words. Nah, we're good. I ain't worried. Does he still talk about being in matches and guys are like, you're not even in the match? And he's like, yeah, you're right. My bad. That's on me. No, he kind of, with Judgment Day, with the Judgment Day right now, kind of. He is saying he's in Judgment Day and Judgment Day saying he's not. But he has a fucking shirt. I was watching it then, so I missed it. Oh, it was fucking hilarious. Was it worth the headache? Not necessarily, but it was funny watching him talk to someone who's not there. Jamie McDonald's. Does he have a small body and giant head, or a normal sized head and an extreme? I think he has an extremely tiny body. The man needs to fucking work or eat protein and swole up. Oh, you definitely have to look on if you get it, or when you get a chance, look on YouTube and say R-Truth and Triple H and Little Jimmy. That promo was fucking hilarious because Triple H literally talks to his own imaginary people, and R-Truth is like, "Man, you're crazy." He goes, "Can you see them too?" Like, it's fucking hilarious. It is well worth it. I think R-Truth needed a title run a long time ago and just never got it. I think he would have been amazing. Okay, so yeah, it was 2011. It was hilarious watching him and the Miz try and be the biggest heels at that time. Was fucking hilarious because you had Jericho. Jericho was the main heel for that time, and they tried so hard to overshadow him and heel run. They tried, they failed. But when Jericho's on the scene as a heel, not a lot of people can step up to him. Not very many, at least. Yeah, that was great. I do miss it. That was a really weird time in WWE. So in my opinion, SmackDown was the greatest it's ever been from 2002 to 2008. Raw basically outdid SmackDown in regards to roster popularity following that, but from 2002 to 2007 or 8, around those times, when you watch SmackDown, you are ultimately watching the development of Taker. You're watching the development of Chris Benoit. You know, may he rest in peace. I understand that what he did was not a good thing, but my God, could that man wrestle? Like, you strip away everything that was Benoit, but keep the wrestler. You had a phenomenal fucking talent. Benoit was fucking amazing. But you watch Benoit, Jericho, Triple H, Undertaker being the American badass, Eddie Guerrero, Batista, Rey Mysterio. 2002 to 2008 was the prime of WWE, and no one will ever reach that pinnacle ever again. Like, all respects to everyone beforehand, all of the wrestlers in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, with all due respect to them, none of them could hold a candle to Attitude Era and early 2000 wrestling. There was just no comparison. So I've watched enough and I have educated myself enough with it that, you know, what's that saying? Those who can do and those who can't teach. I'm the teaching portion when it comes to WWE a lot. I'm not a historian by any means. I can't remember shit off the top of my head all the fucking time. But I can say this with absolute certainty. The storylines and the wrestling in that time was on point. Strictly because you did have your top tier players such as Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Triple H, HBK, all of them. You had all of them, but if you watch their promos, they all stutter a lot. They all skip over words. They all have problems. So not a single person actually stood one above all the rest. Nowadays, it is literally, you know, when one person gets on the mic, everyone's done. I wonder if that means that Mania 40 is going to be a triple threat. I'm wanting the Royal Rumble so bad right now, strictly because of the Fatal 4-Way. The only reason normally the reason I want to watch the Rumble is to see who comes back in the Royal Rumble. But right now, I want to see the Fatal 4-Way. I want to see Randy, AJ, LA Knight, and Roman in the same fucking ring. And I want to see the bloodline come down to help Roman, and all three, AJ, LA, and Randy, just dropping Solo and Jimmy, just dropping them outright, taking Roman out of the fucking ring, out of the whole area, into the audience, get him away, and I want to see someone pin somebody else for that title. That way, Roman technically doesn't lose, can still maintain the head of the title supremacy, right? He technically didn't lose, but it increases the storyline for the bloodline tenfold. Like, that's literally that's what I'm seeing. When I watched the highlight video for the triple threat match, and when Nick Adonis Aldi, Nick Aldi, whatever the fuck his name is right now, I just know him as Magnum. When he goes and says, tell him congratulations because his fight at the Royal Rumble is now a Fatal 4-Way, I was like, yes, you found a fucking loophole. That was the loophole we needed. We needed a triple threat or Fatal 4-Way match where Roman cannot be pinned and still loses the title. That's what we needed. And I will die on that mountaintop. I really will. Like, ultimately, if he loses the title because he is not being pinned, he can still go about going and saying, wah, wah, I'm the head of the table, wah, wah, I was screwed, wah, 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 like a normal heel would. But he is no longer relevant on the title picture at that point. Then at that point, it becomes the head of the table portion. So that way, Roman and The Rock can go do their thing for the head of the table for the Anuahi tribe, They can go and do that with no ramifications. If Roman keeps that title and goes into WrestleMania or Backlash or whatever they're planning on putting The Rock into, if he's holding that title while facing The Rock, no one is going to take that shit seriously. Not a single fucking person. Because we've already seen it. We've already seen The Rock build up for a fucking WrestleMania match for the title, and that was against John. So it's already been done. It needs to not be redone. That's all I'm saying. If they fuck this up, then we're all in for a very long 2024. So they need to strip Roman. He's had a long enough run. He has it in the record books. Fantastic. But we need a WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion that is gonna show the fuck up. He has turned into what he has hated and vocalized hating. He's turned into that person, and it needs to stop. The whole fucking holding onto a belt for 2+ years needs to stop. Like, it's so stupid. Like, Gunther is an amazing, amazing talent. But he is now being held down by the title he so heavily covets. Like, he's irrelevant at this point. Yes, he's holding the title. No one can beat him. Cool. Drop the fucking title. I'm hoping it becomes. I really want it to become more about the Anawahi tribe and about the head of the table versus the title. The title that he's holding right now is irrelevant. Like, the title Gunther's holding is irrelevant. The only ones that are relevant right now are the United States champion. Granted, it's Logan Paul, but he's the most relevant because he's going against KO. And shit, I think that's the only one that's actually relevant. Because Gunther's holding the answer. Oh, and Seth holding the heavyweight championship. That's relevant. Those are the only two relevant ones. Shit, up until last night, like, I watched Monday Night Raw last night. Technically, I fell asleep to it last night. Watching that, I didn't even know Chelsea and Piper lost the women's tag team titles. I totally I didn't know that. Like, it was a shock to me that fucking Cadence Catanzaro, Katana, or whatever the fuck she's called now, her and the other girl winning, had no fucking clue. None. Did it happen on a show, or did it happen at a house show? Because if it happened at a house show, that's just pissing on the women's division. He talked shit to Cena about being a part-time wrestler, and that's exactly. Now, I will say this. If he is only a part-time champion because of the cancer, because of the fact that chemo and recovery played a giant toll on his body, I will go and say that is a very logical reasoning as to why he's not defending nearly as much as he should. However, if that is the reason, he needs to drop that fucking belt. That's it. Gunther needs to drop the belt. Gunther needs to drop the Intercontinental Championship completely and go for a world title. That's what it should be. But Gunther is not going to lose that fucking title. He is so wrapped up in making that title relevant that he's making it irrelevant, and he's making himself irrelevant too. Like, or what was it? Was it WrestleMania? I think it was WrestleMania where it was him, Sheamus, and Drew for the title. I was amped for that fight. Because I'm like, if Gunther wins, he is ultimately the most dominant fucking figure, and the only person that can take him down is Omos or Braun. He won, and then he got put against the fucking Miz. Come on. Someone wins a world title, and like a week later, people ask when they'll drop it. I want a good deal. I do. That's the thing, is people have now become... They become desensitized to runs, but they've also become ignorant for how long the run should be. Sweet, thanks, Chris. I thought it was WrestleMania, but I didn't know. But they're desensitized to long runs, and they are oblivious to how long the run should be. Back in the day, when Bruno Sammartino had the longest title run out there, that was in a time where there was different sections. There was different what do you want to call them? It's on the tip of my tongue right now. Territories. There was different territories. So, by Bruno Sammartino holding the title for as long as he did, he was ultimately making himself the brand. So he was putting himself out more and more and more and more as this is the most dominant wrestler to watch. So come watch our program. Come see if someone can take him down. Anything can take down Bruno Sammartino. At that time, completely logical as to why he held the belt for so long. But now that there is only Impact Wrestling, there is New Japan Pro Wrestling, there's WWE, AEW, and a few others scattered across. I realize that some of them are a little bit higher up on the totem pole than what I'm claiming them to be. But, Ring of Honor. That was the other one I'm missing. 5. Ring of Honor. There's those programs now, and you can watch every single one. But by having someone hold the title for X amount of time, for having it to be too long, your brand becomes stale. And that's what WWE is right now. WWE is stale. It is completely just off the rocker, done. Like that's just how I feel. Is they're boring. When you see Roman go one-on-one against someone, you can time almost down to the minute when the bloodline's going to show up. Almost to the minute. Because it's every single time. He pulls a John Cena. He gets his ass whooped for a while. He dishes it out. Gets his ass whooped really hard. And then right at the end of that, you know the bloodline's coming out. Even when they go and say that they're banned. Like that one match where he had, I think it was it against Cody? It was either Cody or LA Knight. One way or another, Solo was fucking banned. Oh no, it was against Jay. Yeah, it was Jay. Solo was fucking banned from ringside. All of a sudden, Jimmy shows up. Out of nowhere. But we all knew something was going to happen. We all knew a member of the Anuahi tribe was going to come in. Did we all expect Jimmy? No. Did anything come from that? Fucking no. Like, that's an agitation portion in my mind right now, is nothing came from Jimmy and Jay. They took Jay and put him on Raw, and they kept Jimmy on SmackDown. They just separated them. What happened to the days when a brother screwed a brother over, they went and fought? Like, we had Jeff and Matt Hardy, for instance. Matt cost Jeff the fucking title. What happened after that? We went into a very dark storyline with a dead dog. But we still had a fucking fight and a story afterwards. Now, we have nothing. That chapter opened and closed within a second. It was like a freaking 2-word chapter. Ridiculous. That's just my opinion, though. But, no, I like, right now, in regards to title runs, in regards to everything else, AEW, in my humble opinion, has the greatest show on networks right now. The reason for that is you have MJF with the devil. He is the devil, but now he's had his best friend, quote unquote best friend, turn on him, lost the title, is injured. There's going to be something that comes from that, but it's fucking hilarious watching the entire roster try and mess up 5 people. You know. All right, you two, or see you later, Simon. We'll be on here for a little while, so if you wind up coming back and we're still live, love to see you again. But you and I know we'll talk in faction. But the thing with Adam, or the Adam storyline that I see going, that I really hope happens, is the comment that he made during the promo was that Wardlow was going to win the title, and when Adam gets cleared, that Wardlow will step up, be a man, and drop the title to Adam. I am hoping beyond all hope that Wardlow does not have that happen again. Ah, Jesus, Tegan, you fucking moron. There you go. Just fucking hate people. Go. But where was I going with this? Oh, I'm hoping that expands Wardlow as a character, as a persona, and everything else. I hope that expands. I hope it doesn't happen to him what happened when he was with MJF. I really hope that doesn't happen. Orange Cassidy holding the title for as long as he has held it, lost it, regained it, came back better, took it back, and left or went forward with it. That is far more intriguing than any of the title runs in WWE. The TNT Championship with Adam and Christian being what it is, that's fucking hilarious in and of itself. Like, it's a really good fight. I really love watching those two do it. They are the best to do it in the ring right now. But the fact that they're leading up to, excuse me, they're leading up to Luchasaurus, aka Kill Switch, turning on Christian, and I'm waiting for that moment. I am waiting for Luchasaurus to get his singles run the way he deserves to have a singles run. He was shafted a little bit when he was matched up for the Jurassic Express or whatever the fuck it's called. He was shafted a little bit there. I will give him that. However, if he had gotten a singles run following that, instead of sticking with Jack and getting, yes, he got the tag titles, that's great. But if he'd gotten a singles run following that, instead of immediately being strapped to Christian, he would be far more superior in the ring than what he is right now. He'd taken far more seriously. Right now, he's being used as a guinea pig. Basically, he's a pawn. And that man does not scream pawn. Hit it. Like, if someone looks at me and says Luchasaurus is a fucking pawn, I'm gonna look at them and go, you need your eyes checked. The man is a beast that's being used as a lapdog, and that's stupid. Same thing with Omos. Omos deserves a better run than what he's been handed. He really does. Omos actually has the talent and the skill, but he is being typecasted so bad that it's ultimately just hurting him as a wrestler itself. Like, I get it. Having MVP with you is knowledge, and knowledge is power. But let's be honest. When was the last time any of us took MVP seriously? Like, I haven't taken him seriously since like 2004 or 11 or 12 or whenever he was fucking relevant. I have not taken that man seriously ever. And if he was to get a title run, I would severely question why he got that title run and who the fuck he was sleeping with to get that title run. That's just the nature of the beast. Come on, just kill him off, 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 kill him off. Oh, whew! I almost let a friend down right there. Holy shit. Oh, that almost ended horribly. This is so bad. What does this say about this boss battle, that I can actually continue to carry and get into these matches and do as much damage as I'm doing while talking elsewhere? That means this one's too easy. A little bit of a nail biter, obviously, but you need that drama. You need that drama. Let's see. Do we have anything on Discord right now? Okay, nothing's going on there. Nick Saban is retiring. Okay, well, it's about time. So, to answer anyone's questions as to why Doc earlier accidentally hit 3, he has COVID right now and is in a medical haze and did not realize that he hit the start button when it came to 3 people being in the lobby. I knew Doc had something going on with him. Alrighty, answered some questions, and still no one came to the lobby. Alright. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Alright. Alright, someone let's talk about something. There's people in here, I know there is. So let's talk about something. I went on my whole TED talk on everything. What do y'all want to discuss? Do you want us to discuss champions, wrestling? Who do we think is going to be what and where? What are we doing here? I want the interaction. Where did the third person? We just. All right. I want to help Sharky. Okay, cool. So got it. Fucking A right. I can go help Mel's after this. Oh. I'm currently on the fence about this now. Now I'm really thinking about taking R-Truth to 6-star silver. Like, really, I don't think there's anything I can do wrong if I take R-Truth or Wesley or what's his bucket? Logan Paul. I really don't think it's going to be a problem either way, whichever one I choose. I think they're going to skyrocket one way or another. But right now, what's going to make the most sense? Like, ultimately, R-Truth would make a lot more sense. I would just need a Fury belt on him, or a gym damage belt, which I only have one and it's 10%, and that's on Logan. Logan's got a triple purple build that looks really strong. Wesley has a double purple blue that's really strong. What else? R-Truth has obviously the big purple damage increase, but he lacks the multiply on it, so I think that's going to play a role. And damage-wise, I really need something to take down takers. That's all I need. I really need to figure out a car or an acro that's going to take down takers, because even though D-Lo is amazing, 99% of the time Shobo Taker takes away the move within a second because of that stupid steel move. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, yes, no, yes, no. Yeah, right there. Fucking A right. Alrighty, let's see what chaos comes from this, because that's probably the worst swipe I could do. But I liked it anyways. Just keep hitting. Oh, pump up the move. Nah, it doesn't matter. Pump it up. I'm gonna keep carrying, but I gotta think this through. Because like showboats right now are, it's either Waller or LA Knight. One way or another, either one of those is gonna go 6-star silver. I just don't know which one yet. Because Waller, even though he's underwhelming on everything else, he has the infinite loop with the drip plate. And that's ultimately a stun lock within a stun lock itself. Like, you don't have to worry about an anti-stun belt, you just sit there and go into rotation. LA Knight takes 2 turns one way or another because I don't have the Piper plate on him. So he's 2 turns regardless. And then, yeah, it's just who's going to be the most beneficial in the long run. I think in the long run, Waller is going to be very, very good for boss battles. I think the damage that he comes out with the drip plate and the constant recycle is enough to carry a boss battle. However, LA Knight did do really well with the blue gem boss battle. He was just outshined by D-Lo, because everything's outshined by D-Lo when it comes to boss battles and blue gems. I'm overthinking this. I know I am. I know in my heart of hearts I'm overthinking the living hell out of this. When it's so simple. It's just so fucking simple. Normally I tell people, play with who, or use who you think you're going to enjoy playing with the most. But I like them both. That's the problem. Like, I love using LA Knight, and I love using Waller. I guess it just comes down to trainers, really. Because unless it's like a negative yellow, or negative green, or negative blue, someone's going to get cut. Like, all the time, someone's going to get cut. So I love the new perk system because of this fact. The new perk system being what it is so refreshing because you have to actually consider what you're going to do. Double it, then double it again. That'll smack. That'll smack. He done. Yep. But if there's a negative blue or negative black, that takes out Waller and only Waller. So then I would have to use Sean or low grade to an LA Knight at 6-star bronze. There's a negative blue, then that means D-Lo and LA Knight are out of the mix. Yeah, I'm overthinking this. It should be so straightforward and so simple. Technically, with Waller, even if nope, because it'd be a negative on black gems too, so he wouldn't be able to do that. So Waller's limited in those regards. Everywhere else, on that one feud, he's limited. Technically, on all feuds, at least one card is limited. I don't know. I think I'll make a slap knee decision when it comes to the next talent up, really. So after Showdown this weekend, I'll kind of just weigh my options. Because Rick Steiner for sure is going to go 6-star silver. Having a green powerhouse is very, very helpful for a roster, especially when you have multiple cards that share colors. So he'll round out the powerhouses. And then who else? I don't know. Gio's going 6-star silver. I got everything for him. Ironically. And then who else would I take? You can stop now. That cascade was crazy. Trying to think here. Yup. I think that cascade hurt my time a little bit. There we go. We're good. Yeah, I'm looking too far ahead into the future. I really just need to get through this weekend. Get through the weekend and kind of just go from there, I guess. Because I'm not hurting on coins. I mean, shit, I could cap the talent up event right now with just coin usage in and of itself. So I really think come this talent up, I'm really only going to have to take up 2 cards anyways, and then I'll just cap it with the coin use. Because I've got Rick going from 5-star gold to 6-star silver in one shot. Plus the coin usage for that is going to cap it. I mean, I've already got LA Knight ready for 6-star silver. It would just be dumping coins into Waller. So that'll help one way or another. And then Acros. I guess I could just take Acro Bianca to 6-star silver. Maybe that'll be a thing. I don't know. I'll figure it out as the time progresses. I do know that Rick is the main focus. Because who doesn't love a good stun lock? Let's see here. Umaga is going up for Tricksters. That's a given right there. Umaga for Trickster. LA Knight or Waller for Showboat. Rick Steiner for Powerhouse. And then I have a striker. Yeah, I don't know. I want to know. I just simply can't figure out what I want to know. You know? Shit, we've only been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. It feels like I've been going for a fucking eternity. I think we're 99% of the way through the faction, or at least 90%, aside from the EUs that are sleeping. There's not a lot of foot traffic going on right now. Yeah, we're rank 13. Oh, we've got a lot. Oh, no, that's not our faction. Huh? There we go. Holy shit. Yeah, we have over half the faction in there. Geo didn't get all of his points. Moose Hunter didn't. Oh, okay. These are also people who don't have all 6 stars. Makes sense. Oh. Oh, there we go. It popped. I just had to wait for the shoulder to pop. You know, the funny thing is I made this whole kerfuffle about putting a cartridge in the pen. Running downstairs, grabbing the pen, switching out the cartridge. I put the pen to the side. I haven't touched it yet. I am not a dedicated smoker, apparently. That's okay. That's a sign of self-control. I'm going to go here. Boop on the nosy. Here. 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 Done. That was quick. Quick and efficient. I do love it when a plan comes together. Alright, so I do have to... So I need a level 20 with Sean. That's kind of a certainty. It's a level 11, so I'm not exactly going to be worried about using Bradshaw there. Just trying to get it done. So I need one with Sean, I think at level 20, and then I need a level 15 with somebody else. Cap the event and just call it good. I really thought this was going to be far more of a clusterfuck than what it was. However, I have noticed, though, that since I started up this stream and started talking a lot more, my anger has just plummeted. I am back to being easy like Sunday morning right now, and it is lovely. So maybe that's one of the ways I need to work on my anger is when I get super pissed off, I just need to go and start streaming and start talking to people. Free therapy! Woo! It's like comedians when they go on stage and talk about their bullshit. They don't need a therapist because they're talking to thousands of people about their bullshit. Getting it out of their system, recalibrating. Maybe that's what it needs to happen. Who knows? I do know in the span of 2 hours, or almost 2.5 hours, we've touched on a lot of things. Some very good things. Some very good topics. Starting to get dark outside. All right. I clearly cleared something. I just don't know what I cleared. It's a 10. Okay. So, got 1.8. So, I need to do a level 20 with Sean and a level fucking 15 with Ted are perfect. Okay, so level 20 with Sean. Cool. We'll get these through. And then guess we can go to perfect. Why is he running a 19? Oh, because he misclicked. It's supposed to be a level 20. I guess. I don't know. I do not know. View my stats. Gems are doing, holy shit, 1.4. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I think if Bradshaw wasn't the key for this one, if Bradshaw was ultimately just a fucking failure, HBK and Triple H would be running the show. Or Bam Bam. I still think it'd be Triple H and Shawn, though, and it'd be going turn 2. But this has been a lot of fun. I love having these super easy climbs where it takes 5 minutes a person to get all of their shit done in one shot. Like, that's nice. Wish all boss battles were like this. And they're actually turning into it, to be honest. It's becoming less and less of a headache to try and find the key to all the boss battles. It's now basically become more along the lines of, it's this card. You got it? Oh, everyone's got it. Cool. And just going from there. Like, it's pretty nice. We've had what? 1? Maybe 2? I think we've had 2. I think we've had 2 that just failed. Alright, so now we need a level 15 with Perfect or DiBiase. Most likely it'll be Mr. Perfect. Nope. Not there. Not there. Not there. Ah, so Mr. Perfect doesn't want to show himself. Okay. I don't even know what level he is. But I do know that he's 6-star bronze. So that should... there it is. Bam. Question everything about what just happened there. So I do need a level 15, that'll cap me off. And then I'll see what the prize ball has, because I haven't even looked at the prize ball yet. Still gotta do tours. So I'll probably stop carrying after a little bit for a minute just to do the tours. See how many prize ball tokens I can get and see what's on that prize ball. Is he? I wouldn't even have suspected him, to be honest. But then again, I don't really look at Zombie Drew ever. Unless I, like, ultimately required to by law. I didn't know. Does he? Oh, he does do power gems. I do remember that. Basically, if you've got someone who's doing power gems, you're set. Like, that's really what it comes down to, is the power gem usage. I wouldn't have suspected Drew. I would have I thought Priest over a lot of cards. Priest was a runner-up in our strategy conversation. Level 20. I need a level 15 with Perfect. Cool. I'll just sit and wait. Oh, nice. So he's good for the low-level carries. That's awesome. That's good to know. See, that's another thing about boss battle that people don't really fully consider is, yes, you have your ace for level 23s and level 22s. You have your aces for there. But there's a lot of cards that can help bonus cards or bonus carries and stuff like that. You have those cards that can assist all of those bonuses that pop up. So ultimately, your main hitters can focus the high levels, and the lower ones can still... That way, everyone in the faction is contributing in some way or another. The thing that bothers me the most is when people go and say, I've got all my 23s, let me get all my bonuses, and then I can carry. Bitch, no. If you can carry, you carry until there's nothing left to carry. Then, and only then, do you do your bonuses with those people who are helping with the carries. So that way you can split in between each other who's going to do the bonuses, who's going to do the carry. Who's going to do the bonuses, who's going to do the carry. It's a loop. it's a strategy I feel a lot of people need to apply to their mindsets in this game. Like Showdown, for instance. Showdown is a single player freaking thing. It has been and always will be a single player thing. You play at your own speed. So the energy, the addition to the energy, or the addition of the energy being required to do Showdown, a lot of people I saw bitch and moan about that. No joke, they were whining left and right because they couldn't infinitely grind. It was a blessing. It is a blessing to have that energy because you have your 12 energy that they give you. You have the energy from the milestones, and you have energy in the tours a majority of the time when it's a weekend event. So if you can go ultimately succeed in getting to your cap with just the bonuses, you 99% of the time are not even using all of that energy, and you're using the weekend to actually enjoy the weekend. Like that's where a lot of people are missing that is on the weekends, you now have time to do whatever it is that you want to do. So you don't have to sit there and just look at a screen the whole time. And that's lovely. In my opinion, that's lovely. And it's what a lot of things are missing out on right now. So that's a giant blessing. But feud is, yes, you are an individual fighting another individual. You are soloing it yourself, but you have a teammate. You do have a tag partner that you have there. So you need to take into consideration their time. You need to take into consideration how slow you're going or how fast you're going. So me, for instance, when I feud, I aim for at max a 15-minute match. That's what I ultimately put in my head as this is how this is going to go. I am definitely not going to reach there, but it looks like there are more in this. So yeah, let's check the tours real quick. There is a tour. There is a tour. There's a lot of them. Hall of Fame Brett, Hall of Fame Perfect, Hall of Fame Nash. I have all of those. I can win. Oh, this is easy sauce. This is so easy. It should be. Oh my god, it's fucking Extreme Rules. Oh, this is no longer going to be easy. What is it? What's it breaking? 48 green gems and 7 actions. Okay. So with that knowledge, we should be okay. Okay. Bonus. Big ol' honking bonus. We're gonna go previous, go multis, go down, and then blue here because Memrock fucks up our rotation. Yep. Nailed it. All right. Let's go get wrecked by Goldberg. But you have to consider all of these things. And come feud time, if you're looking at yourself and you're going, okay, so I know I have the X, Y, and Z, and it's going to take me, X amount of time for each one. Consider who you're going to go in with first. So when I go into feuds, I go in with the knowledge that Gunther or Zombie Gunther, as good as he is lacking a plate. And by lacking that plate, I am shooting myself in the foot in regards to time because I have to use a prop. I have to take time to use said prop. And by taking that time, oh shit biscuits. I really think this one is gonna take a while. I fucking hate the Extreme Rules matches. Just because they're so new and I'm not accustomed to them. What is the strength of these? 184. Okay, so it's a fifth of what's its fucking bucket? It's a fifth of Bradshaw. I tell you one thing though, Nash is going to be extremely good for this stipulation right here. This is the stipulation across the board. So we're going to die. No doubt in my mind because we weren't able to one-shot. That's just kind of a given now. And that's okay. All the health goes bye-bye. We need to bring a green prop down. Okay. So we lose. No question in my mind we lose. Unless this does enough damage that he can't kick out. 2. Oh, snap, crackle, pop, and the sounds of the start. We walked away from that with Brett. Hell yeah. Woo! Oh, these are just for tokens. Why am I doing this to myself then? Is it just for Hall of Fame tokens? Alrighty. Are these with milestones? Okay, cool. You can use Brett here too. Okay, fucking right. I don't want to request help from the faction. I don't need it. There we go. However, so like Gunther, the way I'm trying to keep my train of thought here, sorry, is I know that I'm going to be using a prop to increase him up. He's going to be, 3 minutes tops. I know with Cody, if everything goes correctly, Cody's turn 1. Every card that I have that I know for a fact is turn 1, I knock those out as quickly as possible. So I get my promoter bonuses and everything else for my first win and all that other shit. Knock that out as quickly as humanly possible. And then as I'm knocking all of these things out, I am eyeballing my tag partner. I'm eyeballing them every time I go to start a fight. I'm seeing where they're at. Are they on the same number of opponents beaten as I am, or are they ahead or are they behind? If they are behind, then I weigh that as a consideration too for my speed. I know that if they are 2 fights behind me, then I've got at least 4 extra minutes to kind of I have that leeway. I have that buffer, if you will. Now, if they are ahead of me, which a majority of the time no one really is, but if they're ahead of me, then I know that I need to fuck off with my first wins and I need to catch up. I need to catch up as fast as possible. Because if they're going faster than me, then that means that I'm the reason why they're going to wait. And that costs them points. It's going to cost me points. So by relinquishing a few of the promoter wins, I'm ultimately going to cost myself a little bit of points, but I'm also going to make up those points in the next fight. If there's 60 minutes in an hour, if you can go 10 minutes for each fight, you're ultimately giving yourself roughly 5 fights. Given how much points you can get anywhere between 3 to 10 million, depending on what your promoters are and how much money you spend, roughly. You have those amounts. So you vary from 15 million in 1 hour to 50 million in 1 hour. I have seen people, while eyeballing leaderboard, cap the event within an hour and 10 minutes. It was really cool to see. Like, I give them massive props. But it also makes me sit there and think, how are they doing it? How are they winning within an hour? Which makes me kind of want to run 2 accounts. It really makes me want to buy an account that's actually power and running both of them at the same time confused. I barely got 210 million this last feud, and it put me in rank 160 to 180 range, I believe. I need top 100. And that's just a personal goal in and of myself. But how can I get there if I'm having, 3 or 4 hours wasted because I'm waiting for clocks? When you make your teammate wait on your clock and you're using the entire timer, that's a portion where you step back and you really analyze your roster and how you can better yourself. So ultimately, that's my perception on feuding and speed. A lot of people don't share that perception. A lot of people think that it's just kind of a mosey on thing, but it's really not. And I kind of lost where I was going with the point here on individual events. Think ahead in regards to being considerate of it. Oh, boss battle, that's what it was. Boss battle is fully team operated. There's no way around that. It is full on team operated. So if you go and waste someone's time with using up the heavies to get your bonuses in the first 2 hours, kind of a dick, honestly. But oh no, if you can carry and you go for your bonuses before helping others carry, you're kind of a dick. It sounds really mean to say it that way, but that's just a fact. Help everybody else while helping yourself at the same time. Like me, I didn't even have to ask for a fucking bonus. I went in, saw what was already there, and I put in my card to fill. Really what it came down to. Now, if there's a boss battle where it's, multiple people carry, or it has to be like 2 or 3 people, then yeah, at that point I'm going to ask. But if it's not, don't see the point. I love the fact that now I'm sitting here thinking about this conversation so far, and I've just realized how many tangents I go on. Probably stop doing that. But hey, that's me as a person. I go on tangents. I've been known to repeat myself 7 or 8 times in the same conversation, minutes from each other, because I'm losing my train of thought. Ow! Whack the arm. I'm so happy they made Baja Blast in actual bottles instead of having to go to Taco Bell. Taco Bell really needs to get their shit together. I know it's hard to keep your shit together when your product is the main cause of diarrhea, but they need to get their shit together. They took out the best things off that menu and now they suck. Their power menu burrito, or their power menu, was fucking fire. Their options were amazing, and I'm sorry, when you can spend $20 at Taco Bell and eat for 3 days, that's money. And they just decided to shoot themselves in the foot. What is going on with fast food industries lately? Every single fast food place has taken out their best products. Burger King has not brought back the Angry Whopper in years, and that was one of the highest selling products. Taco Bell cut off half their menu and refuses to bring back bring up anything new. Their XXL burrito, amazing, gone. I think Taco John's is the closest you can get with their boss burrito. But they need to get their shit together. Fucking McDonald's is just a shit show in and of itself because they went to the damn automated drive-through. That was the biggest mistake any business has ever made. Ultimately, let's let the computer listen to what a person has to say and it'll get the order right every single time. No. I went in there and it was a little while back, right when I think it was around the time where it was first starting to come out. And I'm like, oh, cool, automated system. I ordered a McChicken, add tomato, right? Put tomato on there. And the machine said, I'm sorry, we don't have the Hawaiian McChicken. The fuck is a Hawaiian McChicken? I said add a tomato. Oh, we don't have the spicy chicken. Who said anything about spicy? Like I said, add tomato. Finally, a voice came on there and went, we've got the tomato added to the McChicken now. I'm like, where were you 3 minutes ago when I was about ready to punch a screen? Yeah, we don't like it either. Okay, so the masses have all spoken. Get rid of it. And they're still like, nope, it's still going to work. No, it don't fucking work. Stupid. And you know who it is? You know who does that? Is the people behind a desk, not actually out in the field. Because what works on paper is automatically what's going to work in reality. And that's not the case. It's the same way with construction and having an architect tell you that it's going to work when you yourself know physically it cannot work. The physics do not line up. Just because you can draw it and it works in the drawing does not mean it works in reality due to physics. But I still hear it constantly. No, it's going to work. No, it's fucking not. Well, just try it. I already know it's not going to work. Why am I wasting time and money on it? Well, because it's going to work. Okay. You going to pay for it if it doesn't work? No, because that's not my responsibility. It is when you go on and tell me to do it. Oh, the rants I could go on today. I should probably stop trying to go on a rant, that's for sure. It is nice though that I'm able to knock all this out while on stream, and I don't have to worry about it tonight, and I can play other shit. Any of you guys play Magic? Like, I know that's a really weird question, but I'm just curious if you play Magic. Because I have fallen back down the Magic rabbit hole, and I really just kind of want to get out of it. But ultimately, it's way too much fun. It's also the most frustrating thing in the world. I wonder how high this is going to get me. Is it going to be enough where I feel like I'm actually going to get something for nothing and chicks for free? Get your Dire Straits reference in there. Fuck, I'm old. Wham Bam, all those tours are done. That, I'm pretty sure you guys still grinding your boss battles? Did your faction figure out that Bradshaw is the key? That he wins turn one? Are you left in a void, wanting to know where your cookies are going to come from? I'll come back to you in a second. I'm not going to leave you high and dry. I just want to know what my things are. Don't need that. Cool. Well, this goes on for another day, so I'm assuming there's one more competition. So, probably going to put me around there. Let's go see what's on the prize wall. Then we'll go back to helping carry a little bit. Room. Okay, so I have 63. And there's moments. Ah. Acolytes. One I need. There's a lot of these I need. Have tenfold, have tenfold, have tenfold, have tenfold, have tenfold. Holy shit, these suck. Alright, well, hopefully I can get to the Tory one. The Tory one would be nice. Rock joins nation moment. Alright, let's see here. Wonder if I can actually see what moment you have. Nope, I gotta go to the moments. Scroll, 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 scroll. Acolytes win the tag. What does this do? That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so if I can get to the Acolyte one, that'll be pretty fucking sick. Sammy leaving the bloodline. Okay, so it only helps one of my Sammys. So not really too interested there. The Rock and the Nation. This is only for Showdown, so don't care for that. Showdown, don't care. Andre. There's only one of those on there that I would use, and I don't even have him, so that's out of the books. Cody wins the 2023 Royal Rumble. Showdown, so don't care. So ultimately, I kind of want to go for the Acolytes, to be honest. If I could get the Tory moment would be cool, but I don't have Tory, and none of them actually apply, so don't need Tory. I need this one. I need this bad. Just to help her out. Yeah, the moments really are not that high up on the priority list, apparently. Oh, well. Cool. So, I think I'm going to go back to carrying just a little bit more, just to kind of help where I can help. If it becomes dead, it becomes dead. Which wouldn't really surprise me if it goes dead. So, I think I'm probably going to cut off the stream here in about 15 minutes, go to a 3-hour stream. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this. It's helped me out mentally too, which is a big thing. I needed that today. Today was just a rough fucking day in my mind. One of these days I'm going to learn to control what goes on in my dome, and it's going to help me so much in the future just to become a better father and a better person once I get there. If I can get that portion figured out and actually be able to be a part of my son's life without feeling like I'm the one reason why he's going to fucking fail, it's going to be fantastic. Really is. Wait a second. Where does that help? Oh, that just helps here. Kind of wish it helped that. Grinding 20s to do a solo event would be sweet. Alright. Coolio. Well, I'm thinking I'm just, nope, never mind. We had one pop up. Aha! Back in the saddle again. I was about to cut it off. Okay. Oh, there's 4 Bradshaws. Oh, this is going to be easy. Do 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 do. The fact he's still standing right now just shocks me. There we go. I was about to say, everybody's swiping once. It should have just killed him off in 30 seconds. But we did it in 25. 25 seconds. Fantastic. All right, y'all. I'm going to call it because I'm actually hungry now. So I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to get myself quieted down a little bit, play a little bit of different stuff, and try and get a good night's sleep because I got work bright and early in the morning. Thank you guys so much for coming by, watching the boss battle, watching the single carry, talking with me about everything and anything that we talked about. You know, I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for allowing me to have a platform where I feel like I am contributing a little bit, but it helps me to relinquish some of the demons inside, get them out to play, and get them off my mind for a minute. So I do appreciate you all more than you possibly can fathom. So with all that, I'm going to leave you the same way I always leave you. Life can be fun if you allow it to be. We'll see you next